my name is Sandra Postic, and I'm working in the lab of Marian Slak-Krupnik at the Center of Physiology and Pharmacology here in Vienna as a part of Medical University of Vienna. I'm currently a PhD student. So the end goal would be to help people with diabetes. So they would need less insulin, and maybe like if the disease would be caught early on, that we would also help the survival of the beta cells. Because the pH we wanted, there's this newly discovered TOC1 channel on them, and there has also been some development in the pharmaceuticals that could influence it. So maybe this would be also potential treatment in the future, or other ways of lowering pH that would help then cells secrete. It also could help with explaining pancreatitis to a point. And intracellular stores would also then provide multiple targets that one could influence and get better homeostasis with beta cells insulin secretion. Well, of course, funding is important as much as the time is, but like sometimes funding means time and vice versa. Also, what is really great is to have a good team of motivated people and a comfortable environment in which you can express yourself and do the research the way you imagine, or be guided to do it even better. It's basically, I do like my colleagues, and we do have a really nice PI. So recently we also got a lab technician who is also making our life much easier. Also colleagues, Sandra and Johannes are quite different personalities than I am, but I think we also fit really well together. So what motivated me was to be on the cutting edge of science itself. So with coming up with new ideas and always seeing something that basically nobody thought of before us. That there is also this large accumulation of research, and it's also easy to get lost in what is relevant and what is not in the end. So this I would point out as a bit of a disappointing part. But day-to-day work in a lab and research itself, I think this was how I imagined it. My heartbeat. Well, it's also hard to say. I think it's day-to-day experience and day-to-day coming to the lab, because if it wouldn't be for this, then I don't think I would stay for long in this. This is always the case. If not taking it home with me, then I'm at least thinking and rethinking of things about it. But I do try to leave it at work, like that I still have a personal life. Something I really don't like, the repeatable jobs. So there are some things that are just needed to be done, and I guess nobody likes cleaning, for example, and this is also something that's needed. Also, I would say solution preparation, although it was fun for the first 1,000 times. Now I'm kind of also fine with not doing it. Well, basically what I do most of the time is also what I like the most. This is this imaging, and it's lifetime imaging, and it's just experiment which has so many little steps in it. So it's quite demanding to do it. It's also quite rewarding when it's done well in the end, when you can really see crystal clear results from what you've done. I don't know. I'll try to live a day by day. Like, I would not put myself, be brave enough to imagine it's that far. But at the moment, I'm happy here. And I also do understand that if I want to maintain in this kind of research field, I would have to move again. So this is something I'm not really looking forward to, but let's see what the future brings. So my work is mostly revolving pancreatic beta cells and its function. So pancreatic beta cells are the only cells in the human body or in the body itself that are able to produce insulin, and they're doing this difficult task of maintaining homeostasis of metabolism. And the main method that we are doing here in the lab is the functional imaging of pancreatic beta cells within the slice. So it's important that we are using the slice because now our cells are in a native environment with the architecture of a slice being maintained. And we are doing the calcium imaging since intracellular calcium is highly coupled with the amount of insulin that's secreted from the beta cells. So the time that intracellular calcium is elevated within the cell corresponds nicely to the amount of insulin that the cells are secreting. So by doing this, we can then put the cells in different environment by changing the solution over them and investigate different scenarios. What my project was about was mainly with different pHs. So when lowering the pH, we hypothesized that the cells would work better, and by increasing it, they would secrete less insulin in the end. So, but working on this project also led us to push the boundaries of both imaging and analysis. So we also stumbled on the discovery that it might be that intracellular calcium sources are just as relevant in insulin secretion as the extracellular calcium is. So basically there are these calcium indicator dyes that we can load into the cell, and when we excite them with a certain laser line, they fluoresce more. So also when more calcium is bound to the place on this fluorophore, it has higher intensity. And this is something that we can record by imaging on a confocal microscope. We use a confocal microscope also for the reason that we are working on this in a slice. So it's not a monolayer, but it's quite thick one. It's 140 micrometers thick slice, and so the confocality is allowing us to limit the amount of light to one cell layer within this. So I saw the ad for this campaign that you have in Eppendorf community, and I thought it would be a really nice platform to promote a bit myself and the project and the work we've been doing. And I thought it would be a good way for it to reach a broader audience of people. Also, I think it's the only project like this that I've saw so far. And it also made me wonder how it would look like, so I wanted to be part of it.